Now, sometimes the most attractive thing that somebody has to offer you when they're trying to hook your attention and sell something to you isn't the product or the service that they offer, but it's the fact that it's subsidized. It has some kind of grant or some kind of funding, so you don't pay the full thing. It's not that it's being discounted, but somebody else is picking up the tab for it. And in the UK, one of the best examples of this are things like solar panels or boilers. There are a number of companies here in the UK that will outreach you and advertise and have a really big presence. They're selling boilers, they're selling solar panels, and they don't really even focus on what the solar panels are, what the boiler is. They focus on the fact that it's completely free for you and or heavily subsidized. And that's where the focus lies. And that's what we're talking about in this episode of the podcast, the subsidized sell. So first of all, whatever your product or service is, it's well worth, if you haven't done it, looking to see if your local authority, your government, whatever it happens to be, offers any kind of funding, any kind of money for this stuff where your buyers could apply for it. So rather than you having to discount your offering, it stays at the full price, you get all of the money, but somebody else is paying part of it because the government are paying part of it or whatever it happens to be. Not always possible, but often overlooked. So have a look at that. The subsidized sell. Could somebody else be paying for this? Is there a grant or some kind of subsidy that could be used? And if there is, then it's a really powerful hook to use when you're trying to attract buyers. You've got to be careful though, because to lead with a discount is a bit of a tricky game, because it kind of implies that your product or service is less important than the fact that the person's going to save loads of money on it. But it stands to reason that if somebody can get a subsidized fee, a subsidized rate on what you're doing, so it costs them less and they can get access to what you're doing, it is in their interest and it will grab their attention, and it's something that you can use. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Join me tomorrow in episode 940, where I'm going to ask you a question. Somebody's going to win a prize.